time to announce your favorite practical worship videos of 2018. Hi, I'm Dave Dolphin at practicalworshipblog.com, sharing ideas, tips, and practical advice for the everyday worship leader. And on this channel, we have weekly videos that help you lead a worship band and be a leader of people. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. It's been another great year here at the YouTube channel. In some respects, it's been a crazy year for me personally, but overall, a fantastic year, and I've loved the opportunity to share all these videos with you. So I thought it would be fun to give you a chance to vote on your favorite video from 2018 for two reasons. One being that giving you a chance to speak into and to vote on which videos released here on the channel are your favorite. It gives me a better understanding of which content is helping your ministries the most, and it helps me to plan better going into the next year. But two, it's just a fun and silly thing to do, and as I share these videos with you, I'll provide a little bit of commentary and context and maybe some behind the scenes stuff. So here's how I put this list together. I started with a list of 10 videos based on the analytics that I saw in YouTube, based on things like views and most minutes watched and likes and dislikes and comments and all the other trigger points that YouTube gives you in their analytics. And then I posted all those videos into a type form, gave you a chance to vote over the last week or so, and now we've collected all that data, and it's time now to share with you the top practical worship videos of 2018. Some of the things that we're working out is when to sing and when to come in, and how is harmony going to work. In our situation, we actually schedule one person to sing harmony. Everyone else sings melody, and we do a lot of gang vocals. Another thing we're working out is our phrasing. Is it amen or is it amen? If we're doing a hymn, it's probably amen. If we're doing the bridge of Death Was Arrested, it's amen. Another good example is the song Jailbreak, I'm Going Free by Vertical Church Band. In the bridge, you sing I am Fray, F-R-A-Y, free indeed. We're trying to make sure that we're all singing the same thing. So what I think is interesting about that video is that it was made almost a year ago, back in January of this year, and I was at my previous church and I was describing a rehearsal process that had been built on years and years and years of systems and procedures and just years of pouring into people. And what I find so interesting is that here I am at this new church, and in many respects things are the same, but in many respects things are different, and we actually keep the band and the vocals together. We don't do rehearsal like that anymore. We rehearse on a Wednesday evening after all the kids ministry and the youth events, and we have about an hour and a half, and we just don't have the ability to do rehearsal like that, at least not yet. And I mention that because the heart of practical worship, I don't ever want to come in here and just say this is the one and only way to do something. Instead, I describe how we do things and share some of the whys behind it, and then you decide if it fits your context. Not everything that you see other churches doing is appropriate for your situation. Only you can decide that. But I do still think that it is important to make sure that vocals get attention during your rehearsals. And even though we don't split up band and vocals with our rehearsal process, I'm still listening to the vocals as we're playing through the songs, or I might listen to the vocals specifically when I'm listening to the recording of the run through. And if I need to, I'll stop rehearsal with the entire band just to work with the singers. I think if we're honest, many of us have experience with InEar Monitor systems, but we don't know the first thing about actually crafting a mix that's going to set us up for success. And I don't think there's any shame in that. It's something that's deceptively simple, I think. So here are 5 tips that I give my worship team on how to craft an InEar Monitor mix that works. I think the reason that this video resonates with so many people is that the premise is absolutely true. Many churches use InEar Monitor systems, but very few of us actually know how to create a mix that gives us everything that we need. And I'm definitely a person that learns by giving me a few pointers and then allowing me to see, or in this case, hear different examples. That's why I included a playlist of a lot of different InEar Monitor mixes from other people. There are 2 words that get used quite a bit in worship ministry, and they are excellence and authenticity. And many times, these 2 words, these 2 thoughts, are seen as opposites, meaning that you can have one or the other, but you can't have both. But not only do I think that these two ideas can and should go together, Brian's entire YouTube channel is based around the fusion of these two words coming together. That's a video that I did with Brian Wahl, and it's someone that I have respected for a long time. He's a fellow YouTuber that has been helping worship leaders and creating content much, much longer than I have. And if I'm honest, I've been looking for an excuse to meet and work with him for a long time. And I feel like we're in this interesting place with the church in terms of worship and style, something that you could describe as maybe the post-cool church era, where we have been focusing our attention on production and doing things with excellence. And now authenticity is more important than ever in our communication, but I don't think that gives us an excuse just to be lazy and throw all that other stuff away. And I think that's what Brian was trying to communicate, that excellence and authenticity don't have to be these mutually exclusive things. They can work and they should work together. It's just finding the harmony between the two. Starting over at a brand new church can be exciting with the possibilities of new opportunities, but it can also be daunting with getting things set up and working with brand new team members and just getting acclimated to a new church culture. This is actually something that I'm doing right now, and so I'm documenting my journey in hopes that my experiences might actually help you when it's your turn to start over in worship ministry. So back in August, I came on staff at a brand new church, which is actually where I am right now. This is my office at Cherokee Hills Baptist Church in the Oklahoma City area. And there's a lot of unique situations that come up when you go from a place that you've been at for 5.5 years to a new place and you're essentially starting from scratch. Now, when I say start from scratch, I don't mean the entire ministry. The worship ministry here at Cherokee Hills was actually in a really good spot when I got here, but I was starting from scratch as a leader. All those systems that I put in place, all those people that I poured into, I was starting over. So I decided that I was going to document my journey, and that starting over series is now 2 episodes in, and the 3rd episode should release in January. So funny story about that thumbnail image, which is that image you see right before you click on a video. It's not uncommon for YouTubers to take a specific photograph, a still photograph, and use that as their thumbnail image instead of just taking a still image from the video itself. So imagine this, I've only been at the church for about a month. It's Friday afternoon and I'm running around this empty parking lot here at the church with my cell phone as a camera and my guitar case, and one of the members of the church pulls up and comes up to me and is like, "So what are you doing?" And I do my best to explain, and I think she got it, but I do believe that she left that parking lot still a little bit confused. But the most effective thing that a worship leader can do, that a Christian could do, is to let people see behind the curtain, to see the scars, the imperfections, to see the things that we're not necessarily proud of. And the #1 video of 2018 is the one where I cry in church. And those words, excellence and authenticity, come up again. I actually got a comment that said that they connected with these types of videos where I'm sitting in my car and it's like we're having this one-on-one discussion about something really personal. The purpose of this YouTube channel is to focus on the practical side of leading worship, to answer those how questions that always seem to come up. But sometimes the most practical thing that you can talk about is just how hard this role is as a worship leader, as a worship pastor, what it does to you, what it does to your family. It's 1000% worth it, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. So we're going to continue to make videos about using gear in worship ministry and how to run effective rehearsals and things like that. But I'm also going to continue to make sure that we pull back the curtain and that I share with you how I'm doing personally and emotionally. I think it's really important for those of us in worship ministry to be honest with one another. And that's the favorite practical worship videos of 2018. And to everyone that participated and voted, thank you so much for sharing your opinions. And I look forward to 2019 and continuing to pour into you and your ministries. For more videos just like this one, consider subscribing to the channel so you're notified when new videos are uploaded every single week. And if you haven't already, connect with me on Instagram at DaveDolphinOK. There is content that I post there that I don't necessarily post here at YouTube. So it's just another way to connect with me and all the things that we're doing at practicalworshipblog.com.